Okay, sorry, I had to switch things up because I ran out of memory on my phone. So diving back in with animals and pets, talked about the physical trauma, how that manifests, how that is stored within their body. The other aspect of things is, as I said earlier, especially with our pets and the animals that we're in close contact with on a daily basis, they want to, and obviously this isn't a conscious thinking thing, but what happens is they want to take away and help ease our pain and our struggles and our suffering. And because animals are such energetic beings, this is not obviously a spoken thing that happens between a pet and their human, right? This is just an energetic exchange where an animal, and maybe you guys, I mean, I'm sure you already know this, animals are so intuitive. They're so in tune with our emotions and our stuff, so they can sense when we are feeling off, when we're feeling sad, when we're whatever, feeling grief, when we're upset, when we're angry. They sense that and they pick up on that. So they want to help ease our pain, so they take that on as their own. So this is where the imbalances and the density can then start to show up on more of an energetic or kind of like emotional level, quote unquote emotional, because animals don't experience emotions the same way that we do because they don't have that thinking mind, but they feel the energy of those emotions, right? So as that happens, then this density, which density is basically just heavy or stuck energy within the body, then the density starts to build up within them. And this is something that could happen, maybe there's just one instance that happens. This is something where maybe they just keep taking on your stuff over and over and over, so it builds up within them in layers. So those are kind of a couple of the different ways that density and that stuck energy and those imbalances can start to take root within our pets and other animals. Okay, so here's where my abilities and I just feel so grateful that I'm able to tap into these kinds of things, is I can tap into your pet or your farm animal. I've done lots of work with horses, lots of work with dogs and cats, to be able to tap into your animal and locate the density or the heavy energy and tap into what happened, why it's there, and then be able to release it. So my work is done in the quantum field. We're all existing within the quantum field, but my work, whether I'm working with animals or humans, I'm energetically leaving my body, which sounds crazy and weird, I know. And by doing that and being able to tap into that energy, I can release that energy for them. So because I'm working in the quantum field, and whether I'm with the animal or the human, physically or not, I am working very deeply on the energetic layers and levels of things. So I would never diagnose anything, any type of physical dis-ease or illness or anything like that. That's up to the veterinarians and the doctors and all of them. But here's how this works. Working in the quantum field, working with the energetic side of things, we are able to shift so much, so quickly, so intensely. And sometimes the energetic stuff will have trickled into the physical and be showing up as physical symptoms. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes we're working with things that have not shown up on the physical level yet. So physical symptoms, whether it be in a human or an animal, physical symptoms are an indicator that there is some sort of energetic or emotional density or imbalance. So this is why I go into sessions never having any expectations. I try not to, or I'm trying to get out of the habit of trying to guide or direct the session in a certain way, unless there's something really specific that you require or request me to look into and to work on. And even then, if I'm working on something specific, I'll still open it up and expand to other things as well. So, working on the energetic level, what happens is those changes and those shifts in the energetic will then trickle down and take shape in the physical as well. So hopefully that sort of makes sense. I don't know if it does or not. Here, when I'm working with animals, is another thing that I do try to not focus on, but I try to bring this in as an element in every healing session I'm doing, especially with pets, is I come in and I will shift the dynamic between you and your pet so that they know that they don't have to take on your pain and your struggles and your suffering. I shift things so that they know that they can heal you and help you simply by being themselves. And I think we all know, maybe this is something you experience, maybe this isn't something you experience, but most of us, or some of us, know that animals just have this natural healing ability just by being them, right? Like my dog, for example, she helps me when I'm feeling sad. She helps me when I'm feeling down or when I'm feeling low. She helps me after I've finished a session when I'm coming back into my body. She helps me ground myself back into my body. Just by being around not only our pets, but other animals as well. And me, I feel this so deeply, like all animals, wild animals as well. We have a bunch of deer that are on our land just past our fence line, like every day, all the time. We live in a spot where there's a body of water over here, and then there's a field over here just on the other side of us, and the Canadian geese fly back and forth every single day. In the evening, they fly back to the water. In the morning, they're flying over to the field. And I feel such a deep connection with animals of all types. I saw a bald eagle the other day and I started tearing up. So we know how animals make us feel. They have a natural, built-in, innate healing ability. So just by being around us, just by being themselves, they can help us feel better. They can heal us. And again, this is an energy exchange. This isn't something that an animal consciously knows in their mind, right? They don't have that ability to consciously think. They just have that instinct. They just have their natural way of being. So that's something else I do bring into my sessions when I'm working with your pet or with your animal, is to shift that dynamic so that they're not thinking that they have to, or feeling, not thinking, that they have to take on your stuff to help ease your pain. That just by being themselves, they will help you. So hopefully that gives like a decent overview, some details of how this works when I do energy healing and work with your pet or your farm animal, whatever it might be. I am so like humbled when people book sessions for their pets, because I'm more of an animal person than a human person. I just am. That's just how I am. So I love when people trust me enough to put the energy of their pets and their animals into my hands, essentially. So I'm just always so grateful. And it's really one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite offerings out of everything that I offer. And I have opening and availability for your pets, for your farm animals, whatever it might be. And you can reach out to me if you have questions, if you want to book a session, if your pet or your animal is exhibiting physical symptoms or not, if you're just curious about what might be going on with your animal on the energetic side of things, you can reach out to me and you can book a session, and I would be honored and humbled and so grateful to work with your pet and your animal. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, if you have questions, let me know. I'll put the link where you can contact me. You can book a session. You can sign up for my email newsletter, et cetera, et cetera. I'll put the link where you can find it, and maybe I'll be hearing from you. So, take care. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you and love you so much. And I'll see you next time.